I wanna know, I'm full of self-doubt. And to be honest, it has never brought me down. No, 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 no. I'm really glad I'm not walking around believing my inflated ape brain figured it out. And suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Like and I'm really glad I don't take part in your big search for who you are. And I don't care that I sound arrogant, but knowing who you are is just for amateurs. And suddenly you realize, yeah, that everything you ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Oh, still everything you ever thought you were made me cry. To be honest, it made me wanna die inside. And I'm sure I did, but just a little bit. And suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Yeah, and suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Still everything you ever thought you were made me cry.
Hey everybody, welcome. Smash that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for being here. And what can we talk about in terms of Foodie Beauty and Nader? It seems she's trying to get to apartments. I don't know why. I'm seeing in the chat some people think she hasn't been paying rent. Some people think it's money issues. Other people think she just wants to get hell out of Dodge. Maybe she is reconsidering 1775 might be a little bit too expensive, so she wants to go cheaper. All this talk after saying she makes 300K a year. Yikes. Hey, Skinny Queen, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you holding up? Thinking about you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah, I think there is a range of possibilities with her wanting to branch out to. One of them is I feel like she has been she's been wanting to live on her own for a while, I feel like.
Yeah.
And that could be one, something to lure you know who back. Um, she has her own place now. Peetz wouldn't be there. So also it could be for a future man in her life. She's planning ahead because last time didn't go so well with her and Pete's living together, right?
Yeah, true. But then she still needs to fix her credit if she's gonna branch out on her own.
No, but this is how she's saying they're gonna both get apartments. I feel like he's still gonna put it in
In
his
his
name.
name. So two apartments in the same building in his name.
Yep. Is that
Okay.
gonna work?
Well, it's kind of very transparent what's happening, but when it comes to money, a lot of companies will allow it. I would say so, yeah.
So I feel like yes, that's the plan, but it kind of worries me because I feel like once she's in her own place, she may stop paying on his, you know?
Oh yeah, in Pete's place, but like F Pete's.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has that type of attitude, right? Kind of scary. That when she feels like she doesn't need you, she'll tell you to bounce.
Yep. And she'll find reasons why she's doing it. Like right now she's saying, "Well, I'll never do that. I'm going to look after him and take care of him cuz he's helped me out so much and blah blah blah."
Mhm.
But when it comes down to it and it's happening, she's going to find reasons why she had to part and stop taking care of him.
Yeah, just like around Christmas time, where when he had the issue. No, it wasn't Christmas. When he had the issue and he needed her, and she didn't want to be there. It was when Timbit had passed, and he
Mhm.
was saying certain things, mentioning
Mhm.
certain things, and then people are like, "You have to stay with him because the way how he's saying certain things, it seems as if he's trying to unalive himself."
Yes.
And then she kept on just going off like, this and that and this and that. And people are like, can't you just be there for Pete's? And she just
Right.
said, yeah.
That was a very, very selfish move.
No, wait a second. It was Christmas because then they went to that lane that they always go to. What was
Yep.
it called?
And then she dropped him off and
Yeah, yeah, and then went to go see Nader. I remember that.
oh,
And then the
that was
next day,
horrible.
yeah, what she did, she left him at home that night, went see Nutter. Something happened with them, and then the next day she was bringing Pete's out and went to that lane that has all the houses with all the lights and everything.
Yep. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, that was horrible.
But I feel like once she feels like she's in a place, it'll be in his name, so she'll be able to get two places in his name, one for him, one for her, and then I think she'll pay for just a little bit and then start to like back off.
Well, yeah, but then the place is in her name, so then he can concede residence to her. So be like, hey, the place is in my name, so I should be living there.
True that.
But then again, she can be like, no, you've been living in the other apartment, and this one was from mine, and it doesn't matter whose name
I don't
it's
know
on.
about Canada, but here in where I live, you have to be getting mail
Yeah,
like to the residence, and if you're not, like if you're getting mail to the residence and somebody tries to kick you out, as long as you're getting mail, that's proof that you live there, right? So if
yeah,
Pete's
exactly.
so is it the same way in Canada, like
Yeah, yeah.
where
That is evidence that's merit towards you living there that you actually are getting mail, but also time is a factor. So it
yeah,
depends on where. But if you're like, yeah, I've been living here for this long, and you can prove it somehow, which typically is by a way of getting mail or eyewitness reports or something, then yeah, you can contest who's actually living there and who
The
isn't.
city I live in, you can, or the area, because we had to, my friend was trying to get her boyfriend out, and they were saying that as long as he's been there longer than 24 hours, he can establish residency. So like
Right?
you can have a guest for the weekend and they don't have to leave.
Yeah, they can live there.
They have to be evicted.
Yeah, isn't
Isn't that
that
crazy?
it is, but that's some standard in some places where, after a few days, they've practically established residence. So that's why you got to be aware that of who you let you bring into your house. I've heard
This
horror
was just
stories.
after 24 hours.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories of people saying how they invited somebody off the street. It was wintertime. They didn't like how they were living. The person spent the weekend at their place, and that person never left.
Yeah, that is so crazy. Like anybody can just come in your house and if they've like stayed 24 hours, they can develop a residency in your home and you'll have to go through all this process to get rid of them.
Exactly.
That is some scary stuff. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, so I do think that it is a possibility that they haven't been paying rent, but then how would they go on to get another place if her credit's bad, and then if they're not paying rent right now, then that would mean his credit is failing too.
Yeah, exactly.
So how would they go on to get two more places? So I'm
Right.
wondering, I'm really wondering if that is the case. Oh, and that's why she said she doesn't care where she gets the place at. She did say she didn't care what kind of place it was. So what I'm going to say is like in certain areas here too, if it's like lower income, sometimes they don't check credit.
Yeah, exactly. They just want the place rented.
Mhm. So that theory could be possible.
Exactly.
I'm going to put you on mute for a minute and I'm going to let you talk. I got to do something real quick.
All right, no problem. Hey, Casper, Kitty, Destiny. Hello. Hello, everybody. Smash that like button. And I'd appreciate that. Hey, Jody K. Hey, Luant. Texas Peep. Efforts in thy name. Miss Kinana says money talks. If she has enough for a couple months in advance, someone will rent to them. Exactly. So if she pays 3, 4, 5, 6 months in advance, of course, there's going to be lots of people out there, especially with a looming recession right now. A lot of people are hurting. Yeah, somebody is definitely going to be wanting to rent to them because times are hard already, much less at the cusp of this recession where times are going to get even harder. Aye. All right, join the panel if you want to. I'll put out the link one more time. Hey, Marvin, how you doing? Hey there, Shrink Wrap. Shrink Wrap says separate places for Peetz, and then off with her lover from Dubai. Yeah, exactly, Jessica. Lots of things happening in the world lately. So yeah, that's her newest thing right now is 2 apartments, preferably in the same building, if not preferably in the same neighborhood, if not preferably in the same city is what
Well,
they
they're
want.
just getting farther and farther away, aren't they?
Well, she's saying as long as it's in the same city, right?
Mhm.
Hey, Kenny J, then she's okay with that. But she'd prefer like the same building so she can, do her thing. Which else she better not live on the top floor and not have the elevator work.
Oh,
Can you
jeez.
imagine Foodie Beauty is on the top floor of the building, the elevator doesn't work, and then all deliveries you can't even buzz them in. You gotta go downstairs. Jesus, she'll be
Oh my,
starved to death.
oh my God. So she'd be having Pete's, if they lived in the same building,
Yeah,
grabbing
going
him
up and
food.
down. Can you
Yeah,
imagine that? Yeah.
poor Pete's. So, oh, what was I gonna say? Well, I think I was gonna say something. Somebody said made a good point back here. Let me check that. And you are right. If you have the right amount of money, money talks, right?
Yeah, exactly. So with the right amount of money, you can pretty much do anything. Just like how she was saying about when she was listing off middle class, like lower middle class, middle class, upper middle class, and rich. And she was so nonchalantly saying how she's in upper or middle class based on how much money she makes
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. I'm like, she has no idea, does she, that she needs to save some money. She can save a lot of money to weather the storm. I mean, I'm sure people are gonna follow her around no matter what platform she's on, but you still need to start saving. Hey Ray Ray. Hey Ray Ray, I'm gonna add you. What's up?
Hello.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm okay. You know, doing my thing. I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. I figured.
Hi, Ray Ray.
Hey, Justice. Hey, Skinny Queen reacts.
Hi, Ray
Uh,
Ray. Hi,
yeah,
Justice.
I figured since it was kind
Hi.
of chill right now, I'd hop on. So I'm just trying to kind of lay low from like big panels and stuff right now and all that. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Why
Hi,
is that?
Janet.
what was that?
Why is that?
Just because I just can't get like real. I can't deal with like just like a lot of stress and
Yeah.
things right
Oh,
now.
okay.
So just like the less that I feel I have to deal with,
The
the
less
better.
stimulation, the better
Yeah,
right
yeah, there
now.
you go.
Yeah.
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 So
Well, I was just coming on to say hi to you, Monty, and say I love you, and I hope you're doing well. And me and Ray Ray just thought, hey, let's chill up there. We come say hi to everyone.
yeah.
Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
Yeah,
happening
so
in the Chantalverse today, guys?
she's thinking about getting two apartments, one for Pete's, one for herself, so
Uh-huh.
she can get it in with all the guys that are just thirsting after her.
The 8, 9, 10 guys.
Yes.
Do you think it's a in the back of her mind that if she has her own place too, that she can lure Nader back?
Yeah, it's a huge possibility
Yeah.
because remember
Mhm.
we thought that the luxury apartment was not the luxury apartment, the luxury hotel was for Nader, and it was. We said that
Right.
ever since she said that she was booking it, we're like, that's for
Right.
Nader. She's trying to lure him, and she was.
Yeah.
Right. It all came out in the wash right at the
Yeah.
end. Like, yeah, oh, look, it was for him.
Yeah, so
Hi,
you know,
Hades.
Hey
Hi.
everybody. Hey
Hey,
Hello.
Monty. Hey Ray Ray.
hey.
So yeah, I think she's doing it because she wants him, but I think she just wants anybody at this point. So if she has her own place, then she's more likely to find her a good hobosexual to move in.
Yeah, and I think that in the back of her mind, she definitely is thinking about luring him back. But if he don't work out, then she will definitely replace him with another. So
hmm
Right.
exactly.
Because it's hard for a guy to move into a place if there's another guy already living there?
You think
absolutely,
so? Some guys
Yeah.
really don't give a shit about that. They're like,
Well, I
I'm
know
Right.
moving
some
in.
don't, but if they're wanting to take all her money, then
yeah.
it's easier if there's
Well,
not
they
someone
see
else
another
there.
guy as a threat to that, So
I feel like that Peetz needs to move somewhere where he can get a job. So that's where he needs to focus. You know,
Well,
if they're gonna move out, wasn't there um where was the job that he was interested in a few months ago?
The
Like
comic book
Toronto,
shop,
Yeah,
librarian,
library,
Toronto.
or
Toronto.
not
Toronto.
librarian, but didn't he want to work in a library?
No, he did want to
Yeah,
be a librarian actually, and also the comic book shop are two
he
of the
has
things
a
he's like been talking about.
he has a library science degree,
Hmm.
but he was get trying to get a part-time job at a comic book shop, which is definitely minimum wage
Right.
in Toronto
Yeah.
by yourself with anxiety and you're shut in. No, there's no way.
Yeah, I
You
remember
No.
will
you
not
like doing
survive.
the math for it on a
Yeah.
stream, right? You're like, this is the
Yeah.
math for like how much you'd make and how much he needs to make to like be independent and all that.
I
Yeah, there's
definitely
no
think
way.
it's a good idea for him to branch out on his own though and get some independence.
Yeah,
Possibly get, even though she states she's gonna pay, at least get a part-time job along with his YouTube to have some kind of financial backing if something should happen, and then if she should pull out of the financial game with him, then he at least has that job. Maybe he can go to full time and be a support to himself. So I think that it's a good thing because they are very codependent on each other right now.
Well, I think that's part of his depression is living with her,
I
living in
do too.
filth. And, you know, I mean, I know he's not a clean person, but it's got to be a lot harder with her and her crap too. I don't know. That
Yeah,
just,
you can't have, it's like two people in the middle of the ocean that can't swim,
right.
and they're pulling on each other, and
right.
they're sinking.
Hmm.
It's a good metaphor, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. Because, yeah, I feel like if he keeps staying with her, he's never going to move forward, like in his life. And he needs to figure out something for his own well-being. You know, if he wants to transition, if he wants to, whatever he wants to do, she's not going to be the one helping him, you know, through that
Right.
stuff emotionally, especially, you know, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely think while she's still supporting him, he at least needs a part-time position somewhere.
Yeah.
Just, and that'll even make him feel 100 times better.
yeah,
When you're making your own money, you feel good about yourself. It
right.
doesn't matter how much you're making, just contributing at all, you know?
So in Canada, do you guys have something called, like, well, in the US it's called vocational rehabilitation? Do you guys have something like that in Canada?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because like me, I was able to go back to school. They paid for it because of my borderline. Like just because of my mental condition, they paid for my college.
Yeah, there is a VRAcanada.com, Vocational Rehabilitation Association of Canada.
That's what he needs.
Okay.
100%. That's what he needs, because that they will help him to find a job or help him get the training he needs to do a different line of work if he wants to do something different. They can help with a lot of stuff. So in my opinion, that's what I feel like. If he doesn't want to be a librarian, then he can do something else. But at least then he can like go to school again and they'll pay for him to go to school again. Stuff like
Hmm.
that.
All right, that
Right.
sounds pretty good. Yeah. Cool.
So, but yeah, I think she's doing it for Nader.
Yeah, I do too. She's not
Deep
going to
down.
verbalize it, but it's definitely there. It's definitely there.
So what I did through Voc Rehab is they sent me to school to become a medical assistant at through the community college. It's a 2-year program. and I took every single class except for phlebotomy because I can't do that. Like I can't draw
Not
some
a
blood.
blood girl.
I'm not a blood girl. I can't. There's
Yeah.
just no way, and it's
Yeah.
required. So I ended up getting all these certificates instead, like medical billing and coding, medical reception, all that stuff.
Well,
Medical
good
record
on you for
specialist.
doing
No,
that.
I don't use them at all, but I
But
did it
still, I
because
mean,
I needed, yeah.
yeah, that's
I did
still
it because
great.
I
And going
wanted to
back to
do
school.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it's a
But
skill if you ever need it. It's there.
yeah, exactly.
Knowledge,
If I
knowledge is power in any way, right? So,
Right. That my whole thing is like if I ever have to stop working in, what I do, then I can at least do that. I can always fall back on that. I can go be a receptionist if I have to.
Yeah.
I can do billing and coding online, whatever it is. I can, it's something to fall back on.
It is.
But yeah, they paid for the whole thing. They paid for my tuition and everything, my books, everything.
It's the way it should be. Yeah.
So, but yeah, for anybody, even in the US, if you have any kind of physical or mental disability, they'll help you. So
That's good to
anyway,
know. A lot of people
sorry,
in the
someone
chat
was
didn't know
asking.
that, so that's actually
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you for that, hot ass, for sharing that knowledge and information that might help a lot of people listening or watching right now.
yeah, all they have to do is Google what's available in their area, because every state has different resources, and even every city and county has different resources. So just
Exactly.
Googling and contacting your local, maybe even your local DHS office or something like that.
Connie is asking, what organization is that?
It's vocational rehabilitation. It's usually like a state-run thing, but I think it's also national. But in Washington State, it was through the state. There, it's usually a state-run organization, but it's called vocational rehabilitation, and most states in the U.S. have it.
Right,
But
it's
most
probably
people don't know it
just something.
exists.
It's
Yeah,
probably
most
just.
people have no clue.
I think if people just, a lot of times if you're struggling with resources, you contact your DHS office or whatever it's called in your state. They can help you with a lot of things. So, and school, and a lot of times they'll even help you with a trade, even if not
Yeah,
college, they'll help you with at least a trade school.
in
Yeah.
Washington, they help everybody. Like even, people with severe developmental disabilities, they'll help them to get the training they need to do a skill. They'll send them to trade school, whatever it is. The whole goal is to get people a job. And however they can do that, they get a certain amount of resources every year or whatever, and they allocate it and it goes to whoever needs it. And most people don't even know it exists.
Yeah. The Department of Healthcare and Social Services, or Department of Healthcare and Social Services here, DHSS, would be like kind of the first step to
Yeah.
getting resources like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they have like different programs here in California. So yeah, like Justice said, you just need to like link up with those kind of people, so they would like put you in the right direction on where to
Yeah.
go, basically.
All right, good stuff.
Sorry. But that's what he needs, I think. And she needs
Yeah.
to stop trying to do things to make him happy. She needs
Mhm.
to move on. Not him. I'm talking about Nads, but she needs to move on. And it's like everyone can see through her facades, and I don't understand how she doesn't see that we can't. I don't know. It's weird.
True. I think most programs that have to check your income, you're gonna have to be up to date with your taxes, or some will let you be a year behind, and it's okay, because that was happening with like CERB and CRB here. And I think even with the assistance in the US, right? Like
Yeah.
if at least you were just only a year behind on your taxes, you could still get
Right.
the assistance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Marvin says conspiracy Nads is doing 4DD things Chantel begged for, but he wouldn't. In her mind, a paid solo apartment is what Nads really wanted, and she's given to Peetz.
Oh. Eh,
Mm.
Well,
maybe.
Peetz is content living where he's living right now.
Yeah.
I no, I think she has it in her head that she's finally gonna provide that space for Nader without Pete's, and yeah, I
Does
think, and
anyone think that's really going to happen though? Like in reality, do
I
we
don't
really
know if
think
he'll
she's going to get
go.
another place and move and do everything it takes to move and have the money to keep this up? I mean, does anybody really think this is going to be something that happens?
Um, well, yeah, that's a good point too. So a lot of people think that they may be being evicted,
Yeah.
which if that's
That's
the case,
highly likely.
they have to move. So
I can't
um,
imagine any landlord allowing an apartment to be that way, to allow your tenants to put crap out on the balcony for months and months.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but they don't let anyone in. They don't ever answer the door for like apartment checks or inspections. Like, does anybody? I'm sure people know like that place is gross, it's loud and stuff. But does anyone have a real idea of like what's really going on inside that apartment? Like higher
let's
ups, I wonder.
well, let's
Didn't
be
they
Yeah.
have
real.
that
When you have
walkthrough?
cats, and you don't change the litter boxes,
Right,
that means they're probably going all over that
right,
villa.
yeah,
And I'm sure it stinks really bad. And they probably have complaints from neighbors because that smell
right,
does carry.
right,
So that's one thing right
right.
there.
And all the neighbors trying to figure out why they're infested with fruit flies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but they weren't they supposed to have had like the air conditioner people came or something last month, and they were supposed to have like a walkthrough or something last month.
She dodges the shit out of
Yeah.
those people is the thing. Like I've seen her do one inspection, like be there for one inspection the entire time that she's been in the villa. I remember them doing it on a live stream where an inspection guy was there and she had just cleaned up pretty thoroughly so it wasn't disgusting. But besides that, she admits to just not answering the door for inspection people or dodging them. So I don't know, I don't live there, so I'm not sure, but
Well, that's grounds for being evicted right there. Just
And
right.
she said that toilet doesn't work in her room,
Yeah.
and she hasn't gotten a plumber or nothing. She hasn't talked about it. You'd think she would.
Oh yeah, that would be a massive story. Her having a plumber, she would need to talk about it for sure.
because the plumber wants her, right?
Exactly,
Right?
something like that. Right.
He was bending over in front of the toilet. I knew he
Right.
thought the toilet. He wanted
Yes.
the toilet to be me.
He was trying to
Oh
show
my
me
God.
his
His
crack.
crack.
Yes. So
Oh,
we
she said
for
it
sure would have
flushes
heard about
now.
that, eh?
Well, they put everything down. She puts everything down the toilet. The cat stuff, everything.
Oh my
Wipes,
god, oh my gosh, that's
makeup
horrible.
wipes.
Makeup wipes, baby wipes, anything. I'm sure she puts it all
Yeah.
down there.
You don't flush the wipes. Even if they say that they're flushable, you know you shouldn't flush them because
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
been like, "Oh, these say flushable." She said that before. Like,
plumbers
"These say
have
flushable.
said
I'm gonna
that.
flush them." You're like, "No,
Like
no, no, no."
plumbers will tell you that even though they're flushable wipes, don't flush them because they
Right.
don't disintegrate like they should. So, yeah.
what do they call that? The fatbergs, right? In the sewer systems, they create fatbergs or something where it's like baby
Yeah,
wipes and oil that
yeah,
people
the
pour
clumps.
down, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Mm.
yeah, she flushes the cat poo stew.
Yeah, and if people want to know what they look like, it's bad. Like it's
Yeah,
super
don't show those.
atrocious. I shouldn't show them.
Monty,
Oh,
don't
they're
make
so
everyone
gross.
vomit,
Oh,
No,
go
sweetie.
ahead.
I
Go ahead,
think
fatbergs.
I've never
yeah.
seen one.
All right, I won't
I,
It's
show
not
the
going to be
nasty
life-changing to
pictures.
see it.
I won't show the nasty pictures, okay? I'll just show the ones that
Monty
are like
Cruz.
this. So that's what they look like. They're like that. Like they're like
oh,
blocking
See,
and they look like that.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like
mm.
oil and diapers and like a lot of fatty substances, you know, it congeals and then it congeals
Yeah.
with other solid substance or other solid material like wipes and diapers
Mhm.
and stuff, and it makes one gigantic, disgusting, like fat blob with waste.
Did you guys
Yeah.
say she flushes the cat litter?
Yeah,
Right.
she has
yeah,
flushable cat litter and everyone's telling her do not do that. Don't put it. But what do I get for somebody who puts lilies down the toilet? Can you
right.
imagine she flushed a bouquet of lilies?
She
Oh
did,
my
didn't
god!
Yeah,
she?
she did.
I remember
Because
that.
Wow.
that's when she went away for the weekend and people
Yeah,
told her lilies are super toxic to cats.
yeah, I
Yep.
Like
remember that.
you're gonna kill your cats. You don't know who got you the bouquet of lilies. It could be somebody who's trying to harm your cats. Do not have them in your house. She left them in the house,
Oh my
and then
And
she
then
god.
came
flushed
back
him.
after the weekend,
Yeah,
and then after that flushed them.
yeah.
My goodness.
Thanks for the fatberg pictures, Monty. That really
Oh, you're welcome.
was a real highlight. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Hope. Okay, she
Mm-mm-mm.
doesn't care. There's gonna be some serious plumbing to be done in that place, especially if the plumbing is attached to other apartments. Then everybody has an issue. Could you imagine your whole townhouse complex has an issue because of one person? Do you know how much money that is to like rip up those walls and
Hundreds
floors
of thousands of dollars,
to
probably.
even get the plumbing fixed? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna cost a shit ton of money.
yeah.
Wow, that's just a nightmare.
I wonder how much money she's gonna owe once they do move out,
Yeah, that's interesting to think about.
because they're gonna charge her for having to rip up all them carpets and replace everything, the pads, the carpets, everything for the whole place.
Right, as
Like
Lindsay
it's gonna
says, just
be
burn that apartment.
thousands,
You just
right?
need to burn, yeah, just like cut off, just take a saw and just cut that apartment away from the other ones and just light that puppy up because it's not usable anymore, really.
Yeah. Shout out
Right.
to Mama Scrunch is in the chat.
No, they
Lindsay
don't.
C.
She doesn't have a garbage disposal, I don't think, but she
I
puts
mean,
No,
everything
some,
down it.
no. For the garbage, they walk it out to an area outside that is locked.
Right,
So yeah,
like,
you have a code that you got to punch in to get
right.
access to that garbage area.
I don't understand why she's wanting another apartment though. Like, real, at least if she does get another apartment, it needs to be on the ground floor. Like, she needs to not be in a place with stairs, because that makes her 10 times more lazy because she doesn't want to go up and down them.
Yeah, but
But
that's
it
the
would
only
seem,
exercise she gets, and I'm not joking around. Like
I
that's
know,
basically what she gets, you know?
but if
But
she's
right.
that was her excuse when moving in there, though,
Yeah, it
was that she
was.
was going to
She
get
was gonna
so
get
much
exercise.
exercise going
Yep.
up and down the stairs all the
Yep.
time. But now she calls Pete's every time she wants like her Uber Eats and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like that excuse
exactly.
went out the window a long time ago.
And you said,
But it
why does
would
she want to
seem,
move? She keeps bringing up, um, that she wants her own place.
she wants privacy to bring boys home. That's what she
Mm-hmm.
said, basically.
They're
She said
men,
she
Chantal. They're not boys. Just
she
please say
said that
men.
she said that she doesn't want to have to bite the pillow anymore, and I just wondered if she knows what biting the pillow really means. But that's okay. Those were her words exactly. And I laughed. And I'm like, oh, honey. Sorry. And that was cute.
Bobblehead, it's locked up because so that people like can't just go throw their trash there. You know, like people who want to get rid of stuff or maybe don't want to go to the dump, they'll just find a big dumpster bin like at an apartment complex and go in there and throw their stuff, and then it gets overflowed with stuff that isn't from the people that actually live there, so they lock it up for that reason, I think.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So the housing there, to get an actual house is like super expensive. Is that right? Is it
Wait a
more
second.
than
Pause. Could you explain what bite the pillow means, hot ass?
no?
Okay,
Pillow biter.
if you've ever seen the memes, bite the pillow, I'm going in dry. That should
Yeah,
explain everything.
yeah. It's
Oh boy.
that's why when she said I don't want to have to bite the pill, I'm like, honey, that's not what that means. Like,
I think she
Mm-mm-mm.
really wanted to say maybe Pillow Princess, but who the hell's Pillow
right.
Princess in her?
No
I just
one.
thought it was so funny. Like she's
Yeah,
biting the pillow. I'm like,
she
do you
has
know
no
what you're saying
idea.
right now?
Yeah.
Like,
I think she was confused, but I did take
yeah,
notice of that hot ass. I just didn't want to say
yeah.
anything about
Right.
it.
I just thought
Bless
it
her
was.
pea picking heart.
It's not often that she really says something that makes me like audibly laugh, and that made me audibly laugh. I was like, oh wow, okay, she just said that. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, good, good. But yeah, no, she should get a house. Like I feel like with as much money as she's spending on apartments or whatever, are houses really that much more expensive there? To where Pete, like someone just said, Pete's could have the basement and she could have the
Mm-hmm.
house. Like that would be an ideal situation for both of them, really.
You could rent a house for like 20. Well, actually, it really depends these days because before I would say like 2,000, 2,500, but these days it's getting super expensive because one of my neighbors, they rent their place and upstairs and downstairs, and it's separate rent for both. So
Mm. Hi, Clark.
Yeah.
hey, Hannibal, how you doing?
Hi, Hannibal.
Hi, Hannibal.
Yeah, Reacts, is Quora like US's LinkedIn? No, Quora is
No.
a question and answer website. So you ask a question or you answer questions on there. So that's how it works pretty much. Simplest explanation for Quora, but there's Quora. I didn't know this when I was asked a week ago. I think literally a week ago, or was it last week Saturday I was asked, but you can now get paid on Quora.
Oh, really? You can get monetized on Quora?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
get
that's
monetized on
interesting.
Quora. So there's people
Nice.
that are, making a decent chunk of income on Quora.
Is there like like is there something a bar you have to pass to be able to be monetized? Like you have the right answers, you are more on point. Is
Uh,
there something?
I I think there was in the past,
Okay.
but I think it's now open up to practically anybody, unless I'm
Okay.
mistaken. But on Quora, I actually have 2 million views for my answers.
Oh,
So
that's great.
when I last checked, I was like, okay, and they were like, yeah, you can monetize your stuff. So I put it on. I didn't know this because the last time I checked in, I couldn't and wasn't monetized, but now you can be. So I do have spaces there that I'm trying to build up. And the thing about the spaces I've noticed is that you can start earning an income right away. It won't be much, of course, because my spaces aren't that popular. There's spaces out there with like hundreds of thousands of people
Right.
with a lot of posts and a lot of views. Those are the spaces that are making some cash. But my space, if you want to post on any of them without, feeling any type of way, because I know how it is with other platforms where people want to push you around and remove your answers or ban you and block you, because I had to deal with that myself. It's a welcoming space. Just check out my Quora and tell me who you are, and then yeah,
You should link it again, Monty.
sure,
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
for sure, I will. So yeah, somebody's talking about places paying for 4 bedrooms. That's pretty good in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, Des
1650. That's
Moines.
really good. But here in Ottawa, Toronto, no, there's no way you're getting 4 bedrooms for that amount of money these days.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of places in the US you can get a house for that cheap anymore.
No,
Yeah,
You
period.
used
Yeah.
to you used to be able to get houses super cheap in Arizona, so lots of people moved to Arizona and now the rent's going up just like everywhere else.
yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
really hard to find any cheap housing anymore. That's why
extremely
I'm in
difficult.
Mexico.
Hmm.
Well, it's a seller's market right now. So you're getting a lot more for your home
Yeah,
in
for
this
sure.
market right now.
Yeah, lots of places in Toronto and the greater area are selling over asking, like 70K over asking. Can you imagine? I think who was it that was it Amy Slayton, not Tammy, that bought her house? How much did she buy her house for? I keep bringing it up. Amy Slayton house price. 37K. Amy Slayton bought her house for 37K. There's houses in areas of Toronto that are over 150 over asking, 70K over asking, 40K over asking. Can you imagine how much multiples of like Amy Slayton's house could have been bought? It's just
Right.
very hot
Crazy.
right now, in terms of the
Wow.
market. Somebody asked me about Quora. Can I follow or subscribe? Yeah, you can follow me, and you can also follow my spaces.
So are they going to let you get monetized then?
I'm already monetized,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
but
congrats.
I literally make pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, but
No,
it's a
literally,
start.
I got like 4 cents.
Oh,
One of
well,
my spaces gave me 3 cents, and the other space gave me 1 cent. So I have literally 4 cents right now.
That's
that's
four
a
cents more
start,
than I've ever made on any of my opinions. So,
right? See,
right. Yeah,
it's a start.
it is.
It is a
It's
start.
it's something because, and you know, if you come to America, you can penny shop at Dollar General, you know.
Sure.
You can
Yeah.
buy things for a penny.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
So,
Dollar Tree in the US is $1.25 now.
Yeah, it is.
Inflation.
mhm.
Thanks, Grateful Life. Appreciate it.
You know, I'm actually surprised like that. I mean, I'm not really surprised that it went up because it's been $1 forever. It was like inevitable it was going to go up eventually. You know what I mean?
I'd rather the price goes up than the quality goes down, because there's
Exactly.
just a lot of stuff like people are putting in food now that it should be criminal for them to do it. Like there's
Hmm.
stuff that they put in like rubber or like carpeting or all types of stuff that we use every day, and I'm like, why is that also in our food?
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
you
like
got to be
Just
the
like
wood
careful,
pulp.
everybody.
Subway. Remember Subway? They were putting, what was it? It was some type of something in their bread a long time ago. They got caught putting,
Cellulose is in a lot of foods, and cellulose is wood pulp. So anything like cheap bread, all kinds of stuff has cellulose, or like Kraft cheese.
yeah,
Yeah.
The
Parmesan.
it has cellulose, which is wood pulp.
That's why
So
Chantal calls the shaky cheese wood pulp cheese.
Does she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she always goes, I
Oh,
need that wood pulp cheese.
yeah, that's what it is. It's got wood pulp in it, and a
yeah,
lot of
so
breads do.
yeah, it was called the yoga mat chemical. So Subway says an ingredient dubbed the yoga mat chemical will be entirely phased out of its bread by next week. That was
Oh
posted
wow.
April 12th, 2014. So
Oh yeah.
it was azodicarbonamide. So at maximum levels, that would result in higher levels of urethane in bread that poses a small risk to humans. What do you mean a small risk? That's where you would be getting cancer from. That's not a small
Right.
risk.
Just that small risk of cancer, Monty, you know. No biggie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Mm-mm.
just criminal for people to be doing that kind of shit to others. and profiting off of it just so that they get slightly more profits. It's like, oh, I already make 50 million. Let me make 57 by killing millions of people in America
Yeah,
because
that's
that
corporations
extra,
for you.
yeah, the extra $7 million is just totally worth it, right?
Right.
So there was just an article in our local paper here about cat food, that a whole bunch of the cat foods that they sell here don't actually have protein in them. Like there's no actual protein. And
So, what do you mean
it's
by that?
just
No
filler.
protein? Really?
That means
What?
there's no meat in the dry food. There's no protein in the dry food. It's strictly like wheat and stuff
Wheat,
now.
yeah,
Wheat,
grains, and yeah.
grains, and
Yeah.
no
Oh,
actual protein.
what kind
I'm
of
Right.
sure
cat
it's
food?
not. And there was a whole bunch of them. Like almost all the brands had no actual protein. Like the Chedraui brand, the the one I get is the cat chow, and that was on the list, but my cats love it. But literally, it was like almost all the cat foods that they tested didn't have actual protein in them. So now it's like this scandal, and hopefully they'll start putting protein in the cat food. It's hard enough to get cat food here in the first place. It blows my mind. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's half the reason I feed my cats real meat. It's the only thing I can trust.
Yes,
But yeah,
cats
it's like
are
this.
carnivores.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's what's crazy is that they're not putting any meat in the dry food. So,
So, when you give them meat, you cook it?
oh yeah, some chicken livers and hearts I always give them raw, and
Okay,
sometimes the beef liver I give to them raw. Everything else I cook. I know they would
I
prefer
see.
it raw, but I don't want them getting
Sick?
bacteria.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
Okay.
cook
stuff
for
from the
my
stores.
dog. I give her I cook her chicken. I boil chicken, and I always add some real meat to the dry food, the kibble, because I feel like I don't know. Well, she's spoiled, but
Dogs, it's easier because you can give them everything, all your vegetables, meat, everything. But cats too.
she's picky
Cats
though.
can eat a lot of vegetables.
She's a picky one, very picky. Like my last dog, she would eat almost anything I gave her. Green beans. I like a good thing is if you get like the no salt green beans, and I still rinse them. My other dog used to love them just as like even a treat. And this dog, she's real picky. But she loves chicken. I boil chicken breast for her, and like I'll boil a bunch at a time and just like separate it and stuff and freeze it. But
Yeah, that's I just fill up the instant pot with like chicken, some liver, and I always put in like Knorr seasoning. I don't know why, but they like it. So, and then a bunch of water, and then I use that bone broth. They like the bone broth separate, and they like the meat separate. So you can either mix them together. Or it's two separate things basically. Just pick out the bones.
yeah. hmm And then oh, and I definitely somebody said that they read all the labels. I do too. Like my dog's on a special kind of kibble. So it's like very limited ingredient kibble.
Yeah, that was Amy Joe that said that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you have to be careful, because I mean, just like they put stuff in our food, they put stuff in their food that shouldn't be there either.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Chantel feeds her cats mostly Temptations treats, which are not nutritious. They're a treat. They're not meant to be like a main meal. And she feeds those things to them all the time, like it's their normal food.
I'm honestly guilty of like feeding my dog better than I feed myself. I'm just not even gonna lie. I don't know why. But I'm more
Because
worried
those are
about
your
what she
babies.
I'm more worried about what she eats than what I eat. It's horrible. But yeah. But yeah, they can't live on those temptations. It's not
They
enough.
can't.
But she goes through bags of those each week. That means that's what they're eat. Their like primary source of food is temptations.
It is. I would say their main source of food is those temptation cat treats. Yeah.
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 And that's why they're hungry
It's
all the
really
time,
sad.
because they're
Yeah,
not
it's
nutritionally
dense.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
just a
At
treat.
all. Right.
They're chemicals because it's a chemical that's in them that they're attracted to. They don't actually like them, they like the chemical.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure it's probably like the same concept with junk food, for humans.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
always additives that, we're attracted to. And so
MSG.
that's why they keep wanting more and more and more. Oh, did
Yeah.
you guys watch Nader earlier before they went on the picnic? He was talking about that money scam that he was kind of going off a little bit on people about not donating the full amount.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he
He
was doing
was
that in his live stream right now?
No, it was
Earlier.
earlier.
Oh,
He
okay, I
was
see.
saying, "Oh, well, it's hard to always understand exactly what he's saying, but he was basically telling people like, mind your own business, you didn't donate, don't worry about it, blah blah blah," and just going off about it for a little bit. It
Mm-hmm.
was the live stream right before he went on the picnic.
How much did he
Oh.
donate? Was that 50 USD, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
okay.
So somebody told me, because I made a little short about it, somebody told me in there that he was not only supposed to donate the full amount that he got in that live stream, which was 100 and something.
It was like
I can't remember,
$125.
but he was also supposed to match it. That's what they told me.
Yeah, I
If-
think Airy Pepperoni has stuff about that.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got really rude with somebody. Somebody thought that his channel was his and Dee Dee's channel, and he got really rude with one of the people in the chat. He said, "Well, you just need to read what it says. It says Nader Al Shami, basically. Like, basically telling her, like, can't you read? I was like, how rude.
Also, that's rich of him saying that. Can't you read? Like, I'm not, and I'm honestly not making fun of him. Like, this is like his second or third language. That's impressive. I hate you, Nader, but that's impressive. But like for him to tell other people, "Can't you read?" when we could barely understand what
He
he's
was like,
saying
if
because
you don't,
he doesn't
yeah.
enunciate. It's like, buddy, come on.
He was like, if you don't understand it, then you need to Google it. I don't know what he was talking about there, but if you don't understand this is my channel, you need to Google it. I'm like, what is he talking about?
I never can understand him anyway, so I never understand what he's talking about. I
I know.
try.
It is kind of hard, but if you listen closely,
I
you
have to
can
say
pick up
that,
on things.
yeah, it's gotten easier after, hearing him, because I don't watch his channel at all, but, hearing him over the last year or so, I've gotten to be able to understand him more, but it's still really hard for me. It's just the words all jumble together. Yeah, his arrogance sucks. I can't stand his arrogance.
Oh, Life by Jones Booger is a star. That's the name of. Does anybody has anybody on here ever watched Life by Jen, by the
Oh
way?
yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
people watch Life by Jen. It's part of the girl world.
Well,
You
right.
have to.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
ever reviewed her, Monty?
She's
I
I don't
not
did.
think
I
you
doing
did.
have.
YouTube
I
anymore.
did. I did, but it
Oh, did you?
wasn't like repeatedly.
Right.
There wasn't enough interest in it, or
Let me check my channel right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen Kidney J's videos on Life by Jen. I don't
yeah,
watch Life by Jen, but I've watched Kidney J's videos on her.
because
I'm
I used
definitely.
to
I'll
also
check
And you,
those
cover
out.
Amberlyn
what
Reed as well. So yeah, I've done a few Life by Jen. If you check out my channel, I did Life by Jen. The last time was 8 months ago.
but she hasn't really done much
Okay.
on here since then.
No, she
She
has not.
doesn't. She just doesn't upload enough. Like it's just here and there to do it frequently. So,
Yeah,
She's a
but
Kidney
I
tough
Bay.
am
girl.
curious.
You should drop your channel, Kidney Bay, so that people, if they want to, and
Yeah,
also just to find your channel, but also to watch that content if they're interested.
yeah. I will. I definitely go back and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Life by Jen is definitely one that is difficult to watch for
Mm-hmm.
sure. For sure. It's fun to make fun of Foodie and them, but Life by Jen is just it's
She's very
sad.
frustrating.
Very frustrating.
Yes.
Right.
It's beyond, like we can sit up here and complain to Chantal, and Chantal makes changes. She does do things sometimes. She listens occasionally. But Life by Jen, man, that girl, that's hardcore. That her life is hardcore. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see how I. It's mind-boggling, really. It's mind.
Exactly.
Did you
Uh,
hear Chantel today saying she wants to be friends with Sagittarius Shorty?
Oh,
I
really?
did, yeah, because Saji did a video about her lip fillers. What was it called again? She was doing something like getting the fillers out.
Dissolved. They put a
Dissolved.
Yes, lips
chemical in
dissolved.
to dissolve the filler. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because
So
she's now fighting with Amberlyn, so now
yeah,
That
the
now
makes
she's
thing
me love
looking
about
for the
friends with Shorty.
replacement.
the thing about that is like Sagittarius Shade was paying hundreds of dollars every couple of weeks to get these fillers, and
Ugh.
then to now dissolve them. That is such a waste of money that have could have
Weeks?
gone.
Weeks?
Yeah, every
Usually it
couple of weeks.
lasts a lot longer than weeks.
Yeah, but that's what she was doing.
I believe it. I totally believe it. I've just never heard someone do it like every 2 weeks or so.
Well, you know what? It's her money, but she's gonna
Yeah,
look
yeah.
back at this and think like I could have saved so much money and been so much farther if I had only done this or done that.
You don't
Yeah.
think about that when you're like in the moment, and also like with her mental health. I think a lot of things she's just trying to like make herself happy in the moment, like a lot of us are, like, oh, this would feel
Yeah,
good right now, and like I want to do this because it will instantly make me feel happy, and then like later you're like, God damn it, why did I do that?
right,
You know?
right. I can relate, but
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. My vote told me that kidney beans are like steak to dogs. Okay,
oh,
good to
really?
know. I should write this down. Good to know. Lots of information flying around here. She got botched due to lockdown at a non-reputable place. I don't know. I think she wasn't following instructions. Plus, she kept on picking at it way
Yeah,
too
she
much.
was doing a lot of remember that like a year ago or so when we are watching her, and she was just doing a lot of like picking at it and like touching it, and
Yeah,
people in her chat were like, "Honey, it's going to get infected." And like she's like, "I'm good, I'm good."
and she
Like
wasn't
Chantal's
because it.
ear.
No.
Yeah, it looked
No.
bad. It
It
looked
did, yeah.
like it was diseased.
Oh, Monty. Yeah. It
That's
was
what it looked like.
inflamed, yes.
Yeah, it looks like Nutter's peeing after like a long weekend.
Oh my god, Monty. Sir.
That's what it looked like.
Oh, and thank you for crediting me in your video about
Oh,
her
you're
her
welcome.
underwear, her
Yeah,
wedgie, her wedgie. Yeah, that made me laugh.
but it's true though. Like she's
Yeah,
got them tight underwear on after she's like, oh, she got a ground and pound UFC
that's
style.
all I was saying. I'm like, seriously, like if you've ever had that situation happen, that's not what you're wearing the next day. Like,
Yeah,
and especially by choice, it's not like she had to put them on. So I don't
right.
know. After she'd been wearing those shorts forever, like she could have just put on those shorts. They're baggy.
I guess so.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
I feel rage coming on soon though.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
What, you don't believe
Especially
this sweet, happy, fake ass
No, I
attitude?
think she needs to rage either,
She needs
whether
it
she
bad.
wants to or not. She's going to. The Trinity
Yeah.
Time Travel Show. We're actually gonna be wrapping this up, so maybe tomorrow, another time, we'll link you up and you can come on the panel. Yeah,
yeah,
I guess we lost no justice. You know, she sometimes has internet connectivity issues, so I guess she'll be back. Don't forget the GoFundMe for Ray Ray. I did say that once the funeral matters are wrapped up, I gotta build a website and try and advertise another way because I know the community is great, but things are kind of slowing down in terms of the donations. And I also want to try to see if I advertise a donation, will people be benevolent and actually donate? Plus, I want to build other resources elsewhere. So for my Quora, I want to build up my spaces. And if I can help anybody and everybody, then I will. Because then there will be more eyes on things that I could easily pin that I would never be able to do in somebody else's space because, you know, some people just aren't built with kindness like that, to be honest with you. There's a lot of people who are just all about themselves.
That's for
that's true.
sure.
So yeah, so that would be an added benefit if, you know, my space gets built up, I can help more. I know how to build a website, so I can help that way. So we'll see what happens in time, everybody. In another 5.5 months, end of the year, we'll see where I am and go from there.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right. Link what exactly? The GoFundMe? All right. I'm going to link it again. I already did link it, but one more time. Here's Ray Ray's GoFundMe. I'll also link my Quora. So you can check both of those out. Does anybody have any closing thoughts or anything while I'm doing this? Go ahead. Say your piece.
Um, I just want to say thank you for letting me come up here. I really appreciate it. And thank you for giving us space to just bullshit. It's kind of fun. I love it. And I'm really sorry you're having a really tough time. And I just want to send you all my love and support. And we're here for you. And thank you for everything. And thank you, everybody, for being nice.
You're welcome,
Oh,
hot ass. Exactly. So some people are coming in late. They're like, um, is Chantel moving? Well, she said she's trying to get two apartments, one for Pete's for himself and one for herself. And that's what she's gonna do because the 1775 plus utilities, which comes, she blurted out 2400, then she retorted right after that that it really isn't that much if you add on the utilities. So which one is it, Foodie Beauty? So let's say it's maybe 2200. She doesn't want to do what she's doing now, but still, what is the big deal of guys coming over to the townhouse if Pete is there? Pete stays in his room. Just do your thing.
the big deal is Nader can't come.
Yeah,
I
that
feel
is the
like
big deal. Because I
yeah,
don't
And
get it. It's actually better if they kind of live together for now until they get their whole finances sorted out because Pete's is not in the best position right now, and neither is her. Like she can go at any time, especially with the things that she does online at any moment. If she's too late to delete something in her stream and they remove her again, she's not gonna come back. I already explained why, because like I've said, I've seen people get removed and come back, which is rare, but I've never seen somebody get removed, come back, get removed, and come back again. YouTube's not going to do that. So she has
right.
to be careful. And now she's doing the OnlyFans again. She's on Twitch. But I'm like, you can easily go from one platform to the other with comfort and ease, but it seems like this is just a pain for her. Like it's such a chore and such a hardship. I'm like, it's not. You're doing whatever you want whenever you want to. Why is it so hard? to just,
Right.
Because she
do.
fights with her own brain all day, every day.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's why
true.
everything's so hard.
Yep,
I know how
exactly.
that goes.
Well, anyways, that's it. See, she's doing the whole moving talking, and we've had this several times, and nothing happened with it. Even when we really thought she was moving, because the lease was gonna get renewed last year. I think it was about August or so. It was at, yeah, August, September, October. We thought that they were gonna move at any moment, and they just didn't. So she could surprise me and move, but I don't think so. Hey, Rary,
Hey, yeah, I just
welcome
wanted
back.
to say before we go that it was good being on panel again, even though I didn't really talk much. I was doing other stuff, but yeah, I just wanted to thank you and everybody again for everything that everyone's done, and just wanted to, like I said, kind of just wanted to be here for you when I can. When I feel like it's not too much on me, because I just like I said, you've done so much for me, and I just want to be here for you when I can. So that's why I just kind of really wanted to be here, and I want to say that real quick because my phone's about to die. It's at 1%. So
All right, then. Take care, Rary. Have a good one.
bye,
Bye bye.
everyone.
See ya.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Skinny Queen, any last words, thoughts, and everything?
Just that sending you lots of love and hugs and peace in your heart. And thank you for having me on panel, and thank you to everyone for accepting me here. I really appreciate it. It's a good
Ah,
time, and
yeah.
I enjoy it.
You're welcome, Skinny Queen. I'll post your channel right now if anyone's interested. Here's Skinny Queen's channel. If you don't know, she does have a channel. And Hot Ass Biznatch is saying you're gonna be posting videos under the name Hot Ass Biznatch.
Well, it's not gonna be, but if you want, you can just follow this account now, and then as soon as I'm really gonna start. It's just been life's been really screwed up lately, so I'm gonna start making videos, and I will be posting under that account.
Is
But
it going to be Chantel or just
no, that's
other?
none of my stuff. My stuff is gonna be non-Chantal related.
Why don't you just do
Okay.
DLF? Why just do DLF? Mama Scrunch can help you out. She's in the chat. You and
I
you
don't.
and Mama Scrunch can panel up. Right,
Yeah.
Mama Scrunch? Where you at? What do you think about this idea?
DLF is freaky.
It could be, you guys could call it Hot Ass Mama Scrunch. How about that? The Hot Ass Scrunch Connection.
He's a special kind of guy. I don't know if I can react to him. But
Don't worry, Mama Scrunch will
yeah,
protect you.
I know that would be funny. Yeah, but no, my stuff is mostly gonna just be like life stuff and my life stuff, and I don't know, the cam life stuff and
Yeah.
fat life
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty cool. You guys could be like
So
the Scrunch Bunch.
the scrunch bunch,
The scrunch bunch.
scrunch ass biznatch.
Scrunch and munch.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Scrunch my
Yeah.
pillow. I'm going in dry.
Mama hot ass. I like that. That's a good one, Clark. I like that.
All right. Anyways, I am out of here.
Okay.
Recap. Same thing. She is saying how she's gonna move, get two apartments, one for Peetz, one for herself, preferably in the same building. It doesn't matter if it's in luxury or in the hood, as long as they have their own separate apartments, preferably, once again, in the same building, if
Mhm.
not in the same neighborhood, if not at least in the same city. Other than that, she didn't really speak much except for the same shit about guys from Qatar and where else? Turkey, and what's the other place? Morocco, right? Those are like
Morocco.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
but she said, okay, so the guy that the Dubai, is he from Dubai? Where's the guy that she's talking to that's walking around video chatting with
I
her?
think he at first didn't she say he was from Qatar? Where's she
Yeah,
saying he's
yeah,
from now?
Qatar,
Morocco
but
or
now
something?
Morocco.
Yeah, I
I
think she's now
said
saying Morocco.
she has to make a diagram and stick to it, like just because
I
it
wonder, she's
confuses
probably
us
been
even more
watching.
because she can't keep them straight.
All right, we need one of those diagrams with the strings and the pins.
Yes, like it's because every time she talks about them, things change. So it's like, okay, but who are we talking about now? Is this a new one? Is this the same one? She can't keep nothing straight. She needs to write it
Exactly.
all down. Like make a
Exactly.
list of what these guys' stats are so that we can keep, track.
For sure. Anyways, we'll be back for more shenanigans tomorrow with Foodie Beauty et al. So stay tuned. Have a good one, everybody, and bye-bye. Take care.
Bye bye.
See
Bye.
ya.
Take care.